Thank you for calling Call-In Studios host and call screener line. Please enter your show or meeting number and press pound.
Enter your 6-digit PIN number. Welcome, host. You have not started a show session in Call-In Studio and cannot yet receive calls on Talk and Shit Get N Clicks. Please visit the Call-In Studio website and begin your session. Music will play until your session begins, or you may call back when you are ready. Welcome, host. You are now in the host room and can manage your callers from the Call-In Studio web interface. Audio recording is on.
Leave. risk taker. A calculated risk taker.
We're back again. Talking shit, getting clicks. You guys already know. That's right, because it's Thursday. It's 7:30-ish. You're live with Mo 3 times, and the call-in number is 313-825-5557. Yeah. It's like I really feel like people are cheering for me right now. Stop it. Stop it. No, cheer again. Yeah. What's good? What's good, everybody? Let's go to the chat. Oh, they're in there. I love it. Ramen, love, Stream Elements. That's right. Welcome to the show. Tonight, we are going to be discussing it all. That's right. Let me take the countdown off because we are here Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once again, we're together for another episode of the Wees. And we're going to be talking about explosive material that is missing. You know what? This is what I'm going to do. This is what I should start doing from now on. You know, I should just start reading my description, you know, while it's like the page is there. So that's what I'm going to do. So join us tonight for an explosive episode of the Me with Mo 3 times. That's right. We're diving deep into the captivating world of consequences and repercussions. Consequences and repercussions. That's right. Get ready to explore the possible consequences and repercussions for losing tons of explosive materials. Right? There's going to be some consequences and repercussions for that. Right? How about this? How about discovering the consequences and repercussions for compromising? Uh-oh. Huh? What are we? Just hit them with it? Hit them with it. That's right. We're about to discover the consequences and repercussions for companies promoting transgender inclusion, shaping the future of our culture. Right? Oh, if you thought he was getting off, let's not forget that we also must question LeBron James. That's right. There's got to be shocking consequences and repercussions for LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers, who were swept by the Denver Nuggets in the NBA Western Conference semifinals. And sadly, what are the repercussions? Hated it. What are the repercussions and consequences for a mother charged with drowning her own 6-year-old daughter?
It's just a baby.
I know. I shouldn't have hit that button, but I did. I don't want to put it. Here she is, guys. We're going to get into this. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into That's right. You know why? Because it's the original podcast talking shit, getting clicks, guys. Thursday, live. And I hope we're all together. Right? See, I came back to the camera. You see that? You see how I came back to the camera? I know which camera I'm on now. You guys want to get into it? First of all, what's going on? Jump out, guys. I see you guys up there. See, I have to switch to you. I have to switch to all of you. I have to switch to you guys up there. Good jump out, guys. Mainline, Ramen, Caro. Have love. You know what I mean? How you guys feeling? How you guys feeling? We are going into Memorial Day weekend. Yeah? Hope nobody's having to work. David says, let the children sing, children be singing. This right here I am sipping on is a little mango pineapple herbals blend. You know what I mean? Throw a little hot water, not boiling. Steep it for about 5 to 7 minutes. I throw a little organic honey in there, guys. You know what I mean? That's how I do it. And it's good. I haven't been really on my coffee-ish. Damn. Caro off till Tuesday. Hold on. Lunes? What's Tuesday in Spanish? Derecho? No, that's right. Damn, I always forget Tuesday. Lunes? I know Viernes is Friday. Martes. Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker, Rush Hour 2, Martes. I like saying Sábado. I like it. Look at us. Lunes, Monday. We're getting lessons. We're learning. So we can be earning. Yo, every time I play this, only one person in here may be able to tell us what song that is. And I think it's Mainline. Mainline, if you're listening, tell us what song is that? That's my jam. If you guys want to know who's playing that, that's William Bilal of Benedict College on trombone, making that thing sang. I've been playing that on YouTube. It gets me pepped up. I think the marching band gets me pepped up. That's my thing. Guys, oh, woohoo's nice. Caro, enjoy your days. Caro got her days off. Let her enjoy them days. Let her enjoy those days. Take one of those days just for yourself, Caro, because you are the rock. You are the rock. Caro, guys. Hey, Mainline, if you're out there, tell us. What song is that? I can't. I know. I know. These things, these little things. Hey, I'm just naturally, I haven't been lifting out. I just got on my Peloton on the other day. Because I took my shirt off and I saw myself, and then my stomach looks like balled up homework. That's right, boo. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. But but I'm tired of sucking it in. Like right now, I'm sucking it in. Hold on, are you guys joking on me? I think that's Al Jarreau. Black and Blues. Black Blues. Yeah, Black and Blues. I'm going to tell you, William Bilal killed it. I'm going to throw a link in the chat just to see if I can do it. Yeah, I'll throw in a link. Just in case you guys feel like getting your listen on, I will share this beautiful gem with you. Hang on for 1 second. Hang on. Gotta stay focused, Maurice. Stay focused 3 times. Stay focused. So there's a link to the don't hit it now because we're watching me right now. We're watching the me's. We're watching the me's together. We's. So but there's the link in the chat because I gotta hook you up. You guys ever want a link? Just ask for it. Like, yo, where are you getting this information from? I'll send you a link. Or I'll be like, oh, you got me. I'm just speculating. But usually I'll send you a link. More than likely, you getting a link. So chat, tell me. How do you guys feel about what's going on with the you heard about the missing ammonium nitrate? No, not at all. Oh, let me bring the phones up just in case. In case someone wants to call. That's what we're going to probably talk about right now. Look at this. Look at this craziness. Insane. Insanity. I'm going to see if I can take you guys to, let's go here. I did that. Hey guys, see, I be knowing what camera I'm on. All right, so check this out. 60,000 pounds, about 30 tons of ammonia nitrate went missing. So basically, if you don't know what ammonia nitrate is used for, it's used for like fertilizer. But if you throw a little fuel in there and whip it like it's some, I don't want to go there, and just whip it up a bit, you know, you put a little spoon and some fuel to it, it becomes a powerful, and when I say powerful, I mean, I would have to use, and that's everybody getting zapped and dropping their coins like Sonic. If that ever goes off, it's been crazy. It is crazy. It's crazy. But let me just tell you about it. All right. So federal records revealed that around 60,000 pounds of a chemical known as ammonia nitrate, and it's known for its duality as being fertilizer, like I said, or explosive, it mysteriously disappeared. It disappeared, leaving Wyoming, headed for California. So somewhere between Wyoming and California, this stuff went missing. Missing. Crazy, right? Crazy, right? Nuts. Insane. So this stuff is missing. So people are going crazy because, like I said, it's explosive. It is explosive, right? So a rail car loaded with ammonia nitrate began its journey at a plant operated by the Dyno Nobel Corporation. Let me take you over to show you about this Here it is. Here is the Dino Nobel. Now, I did not look this up, but you guys may know about a prestigious award called the Nobel Prize, right? So the Nobel Prize was created by an inventor named Albert Nobel. And what the dino in Nobel, and this is me just putting two and two together, but the dino in Nobel comes because he discovered dynamite.
The American dream
Why?
is dead.
Why did I hit that button? But yeah, he discovered dynamite. So, of course, people use it to clear for trains and make tunnels and do stuff to improve on the land. But dynamite was also used to blow shit up, specifically people.
Hated it.
And he noticed this and he was like, oh, I feel bad about it. So I'm going to create an award. That's the story they give us. That is the story they give us about Albert, whatever, Nobel, and his dynamite. Right? So, this is the company. Now, I'm going to tell you a couple of things that you may not know. I'm going to tell you, always going to tell you some stuff you may not know. So, there you go. That's Dino Nobel. And then right now, the rail car is empty en route back to Wyoming. And the mystery deepens as the chemical was released due to an unknown cause. But who would overlook the dark history associated with ammonium nitrate? This is the kind of car that the ammonium nitrate was in. These are called hoppers. And these are specifically covered hoppers. They have a release mechanism in the floor to release, usually when they're, bringing stuff into the yard and they want to unload it, they elevate it and then just basically slide the floors back and dump whatever's in there. Specifically in these covered ones. Let me tell you something that I found out in this research, and I think the shit's interesting. You may not. I want more. The hopper, this type of rail car that I'm showing you in these pictures. Better one. This type of rail car, we see these all the time. This is like the second most famous rail car. The other ones are the empty ones where you see that carry coal. They just look like big old little dump trucks sitting there on the thing. But these are widely used. I got a crazy story about hopping on one of these. One time in my life, crazy story, but we're not going to talk about that.
I don't want peace. I want problems always.
So right now, since the rail car is empty and it's on its way back to Wyoming, everybody's like, where is this going? Where is this going? Let me tell you why this is important. They can't find this. In 1947, this is the Texas City disaster that I'm showing you guys. You see all this bees and disease out there? 1947, right? That was more than 2,000 tons of the chemical exploded on a cargo ship in the city of Texas City, Texas, causing at least 581 deaths. And that same year witnessed a similar catastrophe in France where, that was in France. More recently, in 2013, a fertilizer plant in West Texas exploded due to ammonium nitrate, causing 15 deaths and wiping out hundreds of homes in the area. This is what that stuff does. Now, that's in black and white, guys. Because, back then in the 1940s, we didn't know how to be safe. America was a very dangerous place, and we were like, manifest destiny still, and they did not give a hoot about safety. So you would think that this wouldn't happen again until it happens again in 2013. And how can anyone forget? And maybe if you forgot, let me remind you. 2020, Lebanon, Beirut. Oh, that's more than 19. Here we go, Beirut. So you can see it in color. This is what it looks like. Look at this guy. Done all right. Look at him. Everything's destroyed. Destroyed. That was about 2,700 tons of ammonia nitrate that detonated, causing over 200 deaths and thousands of injuries. So despite this grim history, the recent disappearance of this chemical does not appear to actually be tied to any domestic terrorism threat. And that's the hook, guys.
Hated it.
Yeah, I got a sound effect. It's gonna blow your socks off. I'm gonna see you in the chat in a little bit. But they're just saying that when we go back to these hoppers, like I said, that the bottom unloads, they said that perhaps the ammonium nitrate leaked out of the bottom of these hoppers. Let me also tell you something. These cars that go on these trains, they're not owned by, Pacific Union or B&O Railroad or whatever, what have you. These are usually bought and paid for by the companies themselves. So it's a company shipping them out in their own railroad carts. And I think after we had that disaster in Ohio, like maybe we should check this out because a lot of our shipping and a lot of our goods come by way of rail. That's why it's important for you and me to understand this. Yeah, part of that shipping from Amazon, boom, rail industry. Yeah, these little hoppers. Straight up. And then you lose. Does anybody remember Oklahoma City bombing? No? Let me see. No, that's Beirut. This is the Federal Railroad Administration. They don't know what's going on. They're investigating. This is Dyno Nobel, the company that these explosives came for. This company actually, their business is explosives. That's what they do, is make, create, market, and sell explosives. Union Pacific, which was towing everything, they're investigating. They don't know anything. And then California, the Public Utilities Commission, throw it up there so you can see the Great Seal of California. They have no idea what's going on, guys. Yo, but it's coming from Wyoming to California. Like, there's a lot of, if you're like laying on the ground, looking up at the sun, then the right side of the earth would be Wyoming and California. So it's not the earth, the United States, right? You're laying down flat on the ground. Your right arm would be going towards California or the Pacific Ocean. Your left arm would be going towards the Atlantic. Well, Staten Island. But straight up, the right side, there's a lot of people out there that like blowing shit up out in Wyoming and those parts. So it is not out of our brain to really think that, hey, maybe these materials were stolen. You didn't remember Oklahoma City bombing? Let me remind you, Timothy McVeigh. Yep. Yep, 60,000 pounds of ammonia nitrate. Yo, this bombing here, it only took 4,800 pounds of ammonia nitrate to cause this much damage, guys. And we're talking about 60,000 pounds of that is missing. Yeah, do the math. It's less than a tenth. We're going to do fractions. What's up, Flash? What's up, Recky? Vlago, P.O.P. The P.O.E. Nice to see you there, sir. But yeah, that's what's going on with that. 'Any questions? Anybody got any questions? Y'all don't care that $60,000, 60,000 pounds of explosive material is missing. You know, with a little bit of gasolina can cause this much damage right above my head. Nah. Really?
Many people know them as the Jump Out Boys in their city.
Mm-hmm. That's what they are. That's what they are. I got some new sound effects up in here.
The administrator.
Oh, that's from last week. Oh man, I gotta save that one. Damn, I want to save these. I'm gonna save these because
Bitch, I'm from Cumberland.
you should know. Hope you know. Aww. That's right. So everybody, how's everybody's week going? You guys ready for the weekend? Autos got off till Tuesday. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, and
That didn't work. Yeah, I was gonna do my monster voice, and I didn't hit the button.
sound like that's why I started doing my monster.
Voice. See, because it sounds like that. But if I talk regular, it just sounds like this. It doesn't sound like monster voice, does it? Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, that's better.
No. I am ready for the weekend. LOL. 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 LOL.
Let me stop. Oh, hold on. Stop.
Me too. We have a long weekend. Heart faces. Yeah. Hold on.
A long weekend. LOL. Laughy face. LOL. Yeah. Now I'm stuck.
I can't. I thought I couldn't get it off. But we're back. See, now you know what? I'm playing into your hands now.
Ha 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 ha. I meant a long asterisk. You asterisk.
That's what I do it for. Like, I woke up this morning like, yo, that's what I'm gonna do. I woke up this morning like, yo, this is what I'm gonna do. Yeah, bro. What's good?
Lost your damn mind. Angels and aliens. We're on the topic. Angels and aliens.
We don't want to talk about angels and aliens right now.
All right, what are we talking about? Tell me something. Tell me something to talk about. I got something to say.
We're talking about 60,000 pounds of ammonium nitrate that can easily be made into the worst kind of explosives.
That's white people.
It's missing.
Ain't no black people steal that shit, and white people only blow up white people.
I mean, that's what I was kind of saying. I was kind of saying that in a, you know.
What you cheering?
Yeah, I give it cold hard fact.
If you're not Caucasian, then leave.
You know what I mean? No. Still there. I hope
that's
still there.
That's nothing serious. It has nothing to do with the black community. The black community don't have nothing to do with
Didn't steal it?
let alone that shit.
Yo, do you think it could just been, the train companies and companies, period, have been slacking? It could just been someone didn't secure the bottom of the trailer right, and it all leaked out.
No, bro. They just opened up the frack in Wyoming. I forgot the company's name, but they're fracking in Wyoming now for natural resources. Like, Kanye had already went out there. This is nothing new. They out there. That was all in play years ago. That was a play years ago.
Okay.
You don't just steal that.
So you think they stole it straight? It never even got on the train.
It's an inside job. That's inside, bro. It's inside.
I like it.
You stole that from the military train. Not that it can't happen.
It's not a military train. It's a commercial train.
But it's disguised as a commercial train with the military stuff under, which is like still going to be guarded.
What?
But I mean, who knows? You know, at the end of the day, I know it wasn't no black people that stole it, so they ain't looking for us.
They're not looking for us.
He been too perfect for too.
You know, I like.
He supposed to at least went to jail one time.
Right? No.
Yeah.
What's the matter?
They ain't coming to violence to blow that up. Ain't nothing out here. We pay people in taxes. We all right.
That's right. Don't come to.
How's your day, buddy?
I mean, it seems like Cumberland would be the place to strike. You guys have state police sitting inside of your city now.
Yeah, but what?
State police, right? Barracks right there.
Oh, yeah, state police in the feds.
I've never seen like a state police barrack like that to a town. They're usually like on a,
You know, violence is in a process of developing within the next 10 to 15 years.
Of developing?
So, a lot of stuff yeah, that's why you're going to see. The first thing you're going to bring out to any community is you're going to bring out more military or more policing, and then they're building. They're building.
Okay. I can dig it.
Politics. This is business. No, business.
I can dig it. Yeah, we can talk about angels and aliens, but you got to come on. You got to at least zoom. You got to zoom in for this.
I can zoom in.
Whenever you're ready. Let's do it. Not next week. Let's do it the week afterwards. Because actually, we got to tune in next week. We got to tune in next week because
he's a loyal guest.
Who?
Bruh, I want to hear what he got to say. He don't ever say too much.
He's called in. He always gives good topics too. Like,
what do you think about the NBA?
I was going to talk about LeBron getting Come on. Yo, look at that graphic right there. You see the sweep it in Jokic, right? Like he's laughing over and over and it's like a thought bubble. You guys see my work? You see my art? I had fun making that.
Unfortunately,
I don't care if you like it or not. I had a great time. Huh? What happened?
I said, I can't see it right now because I'm at the baseball game. It's cold.
Oh. Anyway, when you run this back, you'll see it. Pretty dope graphic. And
what do you think? What do you think about the sweep?
Listen, I think sports are rigged. I think that the 60-point swings when they were playing the Warriors was kind of ill. I think though, as someone that enjoys watching sports, though, I think LeBron's he's a monster. I think this him getting swept though really takes away from his legacy and in the way that he got swept because he really, he had some big misses down at the end. He made some decisions where it wasn't where Michael or Kobe would have went automatic, like went into blackout mode.
Because I can name how many games that Michael lost before he finally got
See,
I can tell you all the things he did.
See, hold on. Yeah, I saw that one too. But what I'm saying is that this specific, not only did you get swept, not in the Western Conference Finals or in the finals, you got swept in the semifinals. And you're talking to someone who's a big LeBron fan. You're talking to someone who's a big Jordan fan. You remember the 6-foot poster. You remember we had the little Nerf Jordan with the hoop, with the breakaway hoop, and we was dunking on each other. You know I love Michael Jordan. Let's not get it twisted. But in the overall conversation that they always have between LeBron and Michael, who's the greatest of all time, like Michael and Kobe down in that fourth quarter, they would have blacked out. They would have blacked out.
Why you want to make him Michael or Kobe? It just happened. It just happened. He can't do it alone.
I'm not trying to make him Michael or Kobe because, even though Kobe was trying to be like Michael, Kobe still had facets to his game that Michael didn't have, vice versa, and LeBron has his own thing. When when LeBron came in, like the person I would most compare him to was Magic Johnson because he always liked to pass. He's a big guard that can play 1 through 5, just like Magic. He reminds me of Magic Johnson.
Can I tell you what I think about sports?
But in fourth quarter, Magic would have went unconscious too. Whether Magic was finding you straight open and you better make that, but Magic was making decisions. It kind of like he was kind of calculating too much. I think LeBron has one of the best basketball minds out there. I hope that he's either like a huge GM in the league or like a head coach that goes on and, you know, goes into the Hall of Fame as a player and as a coach, because I think he could do talented.
I think the NFL, the NBA, I think all of it at this very moment is just like this WWF.
Of course.
It is no longer real, all the way out. That's why I don't watch it anymore. You know how many times I watch people out there? I didn't watch no sports last year. I haven't watched none this year. I might catch sports center for about 10, 15 minutes, if that. I don't even do that. But so I like catch up, listening to people's talking. But I was just at my job one day, and I'm sitting there watching these dudes argue about who was better. And they were going in, and he was Green Bay fans going in about Green Bay, and we got the Aaron Rodgers, this and that. But the whole thing, I'm watching these guys sitting from like an outside, and I'm watching. They're having this heated argument and conversation going into all these stats, and I'm sitting there listening to them going, y'all don't make no money off of this. Like, y'all watch sports more than y'all watch your kids.
That second one. You watch sports and you watch more.
What they call it, epiphany. I had an epiphany. And so, I told myself that I am not watching any more sports because it's not going to benefit me. I don't know how long I'm going to do this, but this is where I'm at right now. One of my hiatus of thinking.
Yeah, did you know when Monday Night Football premiered, crime went down 20% in New York City?
I know when the Eagles won, drugs went down about 15% in the whole East Coast. You see how the effects that a game can have on somebody's emotions? Legal, illegal, crazy.
Everything, buddy. I mean, music, art, watching someone dance ballet, watching someone spin a clay pot.
The Matrix.
Well, actually, that's
we are in the Matrix.
Kind of useful.
All of this is the Matrix. I'm trying to crack the code of codes. This is all the Matrix.
I love it. Yo, we've been having this conversation. Yes.
It's the Matrix, yo.
So, load the basketball fan program and watch, bro. Watch it.
Many people know them as the jump out boys in their city.
I mean, yo, whether you're watching a movie, if you're not doing something that, is, going to better yourself or make you some income, then it's a distraction. It is, but at the same time, we can't always work. And I think everybody needs to have their outlet. I think some people get off on sports.
It's a great sedative.
Like, even when you,
I believe that.
When you, I hear you. I love the duality there. I love it. But like as you were saying, like WWF, I was just thinking the other day, like, man, I used to watch the WWE in college. You know what I mean? And when we were kids, we used to watch it. It was so much fun. It was just like a good little story, a little soap opera.
Beware. They don't know nothing about Coco Beware
and Killer Bees and
Andre the Giant.
They're always doing stuff
in Jersey. They don't know Bob Backlund. They don't know. They wasn't there.
Crossface. Yeah, and as we're talking about this, I'm getting flashbacks of how you used to put me in a figure 4 leg lock and practice the wrestling moves on me, and I'm getting upset.
Yo, in the hood, this is called switching.
I'm getting upset.
This is not an intervention you're giving.
I'm getting mad.
You just told them.
Flash holding. It is something flashback. It is something. This is effort. You said put me in the Boston Crab, the sharpshooter, the figure 4 is all the same shit that cracks your legs open and fucks up your lower back. I can't stand it. Hold on, wait a minute.
Ooh, I like it.
I don't like it.
What's the local news going on today? Any local news you heard about?
They caught the guys that escaped from that Philadelphia prison. They got both of them now. They're back in jail.
I seen that. And it was an officer too, right? They was an officer now.
I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it had to be some type of inside Mickey Ficky going on. Did you hear about the Deptford police officer who got choked out by a teenager at the mall, by a young buck at the mall?
No, I didn't. Do they have tape? Do they have a video?
I didn't see any video. I just saw the the Good Samaritan that stepped in and got the kid off of the officer. He had him in the Eric Garner.
The Good Samaritan.
He had him in the
The
radio.
Good Samaritan. Didn't the man to a cop
Hold
just
on,
killed?
he
The man
had
to a
the.
cop just killed. I'm sorry.
He had the
You know,
he had the
crazy.
radio. Hold on, he had the radio Raheem choke on him to the point that when they got him loose, like his blood vessels had popped in his eyes, bro.
Cause now it's this choking phase. They in this choking phase. Like kids be in that biting phase at 2. The world is in the choking phase. They just want to choke everything.
I got a sound effect for
It's
that.
that thing. If you keep promoting choking, everybody want to choke some. But what about the cop? Was that Mantua?
What?
Who now he done got charged
For what?
with killing the guy? It was was it Mantua? Was the officer shooting? The officer shot the guy coming out of his house or something. At his house, and he didn't have no weapon or nothing.
Oh, Charles Sharp death. Mantua Township officer indicted on manslaughter charge in 2021.
Yes, but they only gave him manslaughter. This is my problem. They only gave him manslaughter.
We never heard
He murdered
about
him.
that. We never heard about that. And we live around those parts. And I never. Love, you ever heard about that? About Mantua? So a South Jersey police officer has been indicted by a state grand jury in connection with the 2021 fatal shooting of Charles Sharp III. Shooting happened back on September 14, 2021.
You have to read that. Read that real quick. Check that out. Post that if you can post it right now.
When
49-year-old.
Hold on, listen, I'm reading it. 49-year-old Sharp dialed 911 to report 2 burglars behind his home, one of whom was reportedly armed with a handgun. Mantua Township Police Officer Salvatore Oldrati arrived at Elm Avenue in Mantua shortly after Corporal Robert Layton. They traveled in a separate police vehicle. Here's Charles Sharp III. Authorities say information. Hold on, I'm going to take it over to the. Let's go to the main screen. You guys can see.
It was a light. They put it out lightly, but this when I just
that's where you need to be vlog on.
I'm like, yo,
showing you.
The cops are now killing people. Like it's almost like where they're like they're like getting their bones in. They're doing a new recruiting.
This is Charles Sharp III. So authorities say information about the burglars was relayed to the responding officer by a 911 operator prior to the arrival of both officers. Sharp remained on the line with the 911 dispatcher and was standing in the front yard of his residence when officers arrived. Body cam video shows the officers responding. There's a link. I'm going to click that link. Authorities say while Oldrati was exiting the police vehicle, Layton yelled, "He's got a handgun on him right there." That's when he fired his service weapon and struck Sharp multiple times. Layton did not just charge his service weapon once. Officer and medics tried to help Sharp, but died at the hospital. Man's brother, Christopher Sharp, spoke to Action News. You know Action News. He didn't deserve what happened to him. Talking to 911 on the phone. I've seen the footage. Something more could have been done because there was no communication. If there was more, he say there was no time to communicate. Kind of like how they did Tamir Rice, huh? Just hop out and start shooting. I had another show that I did like on a Saturday where I think they were in California and a police officer sees this guy and he's got like a lighter torch, you know, the lighter torches in his hand, pulls up, shoots while he's still in the vehicle, like it's a drive-by. Lit this house up.
Yeah, I think
that's crazy, right?
But that officers always been doing this. This is just something in the last decade and a half or so that they've been promoting more and more about officers murdering people, black or white, whatever. They're murdering people, doing an unjust job.
I have to report, and this is what the news is also reporting. They're saying that a replica .45 caliber firearm was recovered near Sharp, according to the New Jersey Attorney General's office, which investigates all fatal shootings of the office involving an officer.
Sharp was on the phone talking to dispatch when he got shot.
I'm hearing you. I'm reading the news. A replica .45. Keep that.
So
keep that though.
Shot the dude that's on the phone calling the cops.
Right, but keep that. The replica .45 caliber. Keep that point. Hold that point right there. So after hearing testimony and evidence from the investigation, the grand jury determined that a criminal charge of manslaughter was warranted. Mr. Sharp was shot multiple times outside his home by one of the very officers he had called upon for help. His life was cut short seconds after Officer Alderati arrived at the scene while Mr. Sharp was still on the phone with a police dispatcher, Attorney General Matthew Platkin. When residents call 911 for service, they are concerned, they need assistance, they seek protection, and they trust the officers responding to their call will respond accordingly and help them. Tragically, that did not happen here. So they're saying Thomas J. Eicher, Executive Director of Office of Public Integrity and Accountability, says 5 seconds elapsed between Alderati stepped out his police vehicle and when he began firing at Sharp. Officer Alderati gave no verbal commands, no warnings before shooting Mr. Sharp. The grand jury determined that his conduct was not justified.
That's called murder. That's murder.
The grand jury determined that his conduct was not justified and warranted the return of an indictment for manslaughter, said Eicher. He could face up to 10 years in New Jersey State Prison if convicted, pursuant to the No Early Release Act. I think that came out in like the 90s, early 90s. Alderati would have to serve 85% of the overall sentence, which is 2.5 years of a 10-year sentence if he got it, during which he would be ineligible for parole. Got it out.
This isn't okay, man. This is not okay.
It's not okay. That man.
So
with the police.
I want to go back to we tabled the replica 45 because honestly, when I'm reading this story, and this story is coming from Channel 6 ABC News, written by Brianna Gallagher up here. Oh, see, that's Brianna Gallagher. She wrote this story, and we're reading it. We see the pictures. It's explaining everything. Authorities said Leighton yelled he's got a handgun on him right here. That's when he fired him. And then they found, he said, I lost my brother over a judgment. He said a replica 45 firearm was recovered near Sharp, according to the New Jersey General's Office, which investigates all fatal shootings. And then they talk about after the hearing, that was kind of thrown in that replica 45. That's kind of what I was getting at.
Exactly.
It was thrown in there because it's probably on record and they're going to have to talk about it. But that is something that I think we're all going to be keeping an eye out for. What's going on with the replica 45? We already know that he hops out of the police car and are we going to body cam it?
Listen, we can like you said, we don't know about the replica 45. We definitely know that he called and said that somebody was there with a handgun. Then he's there outside on his phone talking to dispatch. The cop pulls up, jumps out, and shoots him. Bang, 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 bang. Kills him. That cop, first and foremost, that cop jumped the gun. You can't say you found okay, let's just say you found a replica gun of whatever value in the grass. That has nothing to do with the case at hand. At all.
All right, guys, it's about to get rocky here.
You didn't say.
It is about to get rocky.
You can't jump out your car.
They're about to show video.
Here's my thing. How do you jump out your car, right? You take this job on because you must have heart, you must have a loyalty and a duty, right? You can't take the job and be scared.
That's an assumption.
Because every time
sometimes people just take their jobs because they got bills. They got bills to pay. Some people are not going to be like going into being a police officer because they want to wear the shield and they grew up watching cop shows and want to be a hero. A lot of them are going because it's a steady job. If you don't get in any trouble, you're going to get a nice pension and you got good fucking benefits. Plus, there's perks to being a police officer, free coffees and
family and blood, like your friends and family. They come in as a crew, like a gang, like any other gang.
Hey, I wouldn't put that.
You bring it.
I'm not putting that behind you. I'm not putting that past you either. I'm not putting that past you either. But what is really
like everything that they do, they run it. The way they move is like the gangs move in the street.
Yeah.
The gangs move like the police officers. Let's just reverse that. The gangs do the same thing police officers do.
I would.
Just right now, it's becoming something to talk about when every 3 to 6 months they want to tell us how they're killing somebody. But in reality, like
this happens every day.
Nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change. Just be prepared. Stay out the way and be
course,
prepared. Because you don't
of
have
course,
to be,
something's gonna change.
you
Like
can be calling the cops, somebody breaking in your house.
that is just
where you live at.
that
you
is
could be in
a
your little neighborhood and come outside and get shot.
right. And now it's
Because
just it's happening. It's happening to everybody. See, this is my thing too. We talk about stuff like whatever happens to black people eventually happens to everybody. You know, whatever they do to us, it's gonna proliferate out there.
It's happened to black people.
Right. It's happened to everybody. But now it's like a referendum. If you're saying what I think you're saying, like it's some sort of gang initiation going on, that's what I'm picking up from you. It's a gang initiation.
I mean, in reality, you got to figure that
you want to be with the crew.
Here to protect and serve. They're here to police. The police.
Yeah.
They go in the neighborhoods and drive through the neighborhoods looking for crime. They're not there to stop crime. They're not there to give up a presence. They're driving, running down on people. What you doing? Running in their pockets. They're harassing people. Now, that's only going to happen in the hood because in the hood is the lowest form of education, the lowest form of living, and you can get with a lot of things in the hood. That's why there's crime.
Yeah, vulnerable people.
You get that. But when you start making it a priority to, you getting fresh kids from the suburbs or nothing, and they're just jumping in here and shooting guns. I don't even think it's a part of their nature. I think you're in a system that is pushing you and provoking you to be afraid and to react instead of respond. Officers are reacting instead of responding, and they're getting things like manslaughter. You get manslaughter for killing a man, and you didn't do none of your civic duties from the door. You jumped out and banged him.
Yeah.
That's it.
This isn't the first time that we've seen this.
It's a video where the cops pull the guy over, and the guy, he's like talking to the guy, whatever, and he's like, he's got a gun. He put his hands out the car. He said, I have no gun in my phone. What are you talking about? I got a gun. He said, get out the car. He said, I'm not moving nothing. Open my door.
Saw that video.
Because that's the strategy. That's what they use out here in these streets. If you didn't go to high school and get a job and was living a straight life, if you still wandering, trying to figure life out, partying, and you come across and you're in an area where they patrol and police, you're subject to a problem. White, black, Puerto Rican. I just can't say Asian. They don't fuck with Asians and the Jews, but yo, you can get it. And if you're an officer of the law, you're trained how to shoot, you're trained how to defend yourself, you're trained how to deal with the public. If you get out your car and do that, you need to be sentenced, you need to get murdered. That's murder one. You have the right to carry a gun, and then you abuse your right.
I'm with you. I think you're supposed to be better than that. I think you're supposed to be able to handle situations better than that. Like your main job as a police officer is to figure out what the fuck's going on.
You should not be able to police areas you should not be able to police an area you're not frequent from. You should not be able to police neighborhoods you're not from.
Oh my goodness.
Imagine having a whole bunch of black cops in white neighborhoods running down the white kids. What you on the block doing? What you doing out here? Cops say, well, he looked like he looked suspicious. So what does a white person suspicious look like? Some airwalkers and some baggy jeans and a tight rock shirt, and you pull them over?
Yeah. You got a shitty car. You got a bad haircut. At some point, and some acne. They're gonna pull you over. You know, it is race. It's also money. It's also how you look. I got pulled over the other day.
Yeah, see, it starts with the money. It starts with the money. Get your quotas. Get them tickets in. We all know. We've been living long enough to know that every you, right? Yeah. But now not only are you pulling them over, but while you're pulling them over, you go ahead and harass them and check them.
That's crazy.
So it's like,
So do you got any for what's going on? Do you have any like advice for the people out there, like what they can do? Any solutions to this issue? Because one thing you said is you should be able to. You should have the police.
I'm not going to give political advice and get a real advice. I'm going to tell you, especially if you dark skin, no matter what you're doing, go ahead and when you get 18, go ahead and start registering for your license, your gun license. If you have a criminal background in a record, you can get that expunged, and you can still get your license to carry a gun. People need to start studying and reading the law. They live in a world, and they do not know nothing about the law of the world. They know the law of the hood. The hood does not run the world. So I think people need to start reading the law, understanding of law, and then understanding when them cops act like dickheads, they got cameras on, make sure that light is on, and just give them, I do what they say. Because all that arrogant asshole way that they act, you don't have to reason why, sir. Okay, here you go, let's go. Because when you get there, you go call your lawyer and say, listen, this is the shit that goes on, and this is why I acted this way. I was scared of my life. But I know that anytime I want to speak up for myself, or I see people like me speaking for themselves and want to ask why, they get knocked off. People need to start filing lawsuits. The same way that Peter run around here, we throwing paint on dudes when they walk around here first. People need to be out here in the streets and be driving around and get pulled over. Cameras in the car and start banging them. We need cop busters.
Oh wow.
We need more cop busters.
He's right here,
That's what
guys.
We need more cop busters.
We need more auditors. They do that too. See those guys that walk around and say, "Hey,
if you cut your camera off, once you get out your car for a stop, if you do not have your camera on, you should be fired. There should be no tolerance and allowed to get away with hitting people or this, that, and getting all these infractions. You shouldn't be able to. It's like school. It's like when a teacher gets in trouble, they just go to that spot and they get paid and just sit in that dumbass room. That's what they do with the cops.
Yeah.
Like, well, you work for us, so we're not going to spank you because you went to our team. We got to spank you because you did it in front of the public and blah, blah, it's too crazy. We got to give you something, but we got you. Because you will always look out for your own. When you go to jail, you're going to jail with the police. They're going to look out for their own. So he's going, that's like blood running the world, and then they lock up the cops. And then, and you know what I'm saying? Now he in the blood world. Like, it's the same thing, bro. It's a stupid-ass program we live in, and once we shake it, we like the hell up out of here. It's a big-ass world. We need our people to get passports, get jobs, and realize that, to know how to finance and save money. That's the biggest thing we don't know how to do in the hood, to save money, because we think we ain't never going to be rich. But the only way you can get rich is by sitting and stacking your money. The only way you can get rich. So we need to teach financial literacy, for real. We need to teach law, for real. And this needs to be in school. You shouldn't be going to school learning about Christopher Columbus when we were learning about
Stop it with the should. You just spoke about an entire law enforcement agency that's corrupt. Do you think that they're going to give you proper schooling? You're talking about a system.
No, I don't expect nobody to give me anything, but I think it starts with me as an adult, knowing and understanding, and then passing that information on to the younger so that they grow up with that same mindset. The kids aren't growing up with this mindset. We were the kids that's growing up, and now we're having the mindset in our 40s. Most people that's in poverty and in poverty, they don't know what it is. Their mindset and their frequencies are at a different level. They're going to school hungry and shit, and we worried about if we got Nikes on. They just try to have some heat.
Yeah, everybody's dealing with their own personal demons.
Economics is the key. You can't put poor and rich people in the same town and then send them to school together. I think it's not going to be a problem.
I love it. Give it up for Vloggo, POE podcast. Check it out, the POCast. Tell them what it stands for.
The POCast. That's right, I said PO. Not pod, but PO. P.O.E. Providing official entertainment, providing official education for the people on Earth, and as we know, everybody on this planet is not from this planet. But we'll be back soon. I'm not doing nothing. We talking shit and getting clipped.
That's right.
I love this shit.
This has to be.
Yo, Flash. That was not Vloggo, guys. That was Richie Revolution. Don't get it twisted. Richie Revolution. Right? Flash, what's going on? Flashback, you in there?
What's up?
What's going on, sir?
Ain't nothing. Hey, since we're sitting here talking about crime and shootings and guns and everything else, I was just questioning, did anybody hear about the situation? I don't know what state it was in, but the guy went into neighborhood convenience store. I don't know what race the clerk was. I don't know if he's Indian or Chinese or what.
But he went in the store.
But anyway,
and
I understand.
They got in an argument.
The story about the black guy that went in the store and purchased $4.
Did they lock him? Did they lock the guys in the store? They locked him in the store, and he shot the guy. He was like, "If you don't let me out of the store."
Yeah, that.
He been too perfect for too long. He supposed to at least went to jail one time.
Somebody tell him. Tell Flash. I love that. That's Orlando Brown. Hey, Flash. Flashback. Yeah, I did that story last week.
Yeah.
Many people know him as the jump out boys in their city.
Yeah, my comment on that's why they call me Flashback.
Bring it on back.
I'm not up to date. I just be keeping up with the past.
You remember what happened? So, AI kicked you off the show last week, remember?
My whole thing on this conversation, just like you just asked El Blago, in these circumstances and situations, how could these things be prevented? And if you was in that store that day, what would you have done?
So that was so we talked about that last week. And basically what I was saying is that, hey, all right, if you see any type of ruckus going into a store, remember last week I was talking about mommy being at the store and actually preventing a lady from getting her head knocked off by some little young jitterbug out there? First of all, you got to be a human. If you're in that situation and he's locked the doors and you got a guy saying, "Hey, I'm going to shoot you, let it out." Hey, buddy, if I don't have my El Vlago special on my hip, I'm going to go say to the clerk, "Yo, don't worry, let him out. Whatever he got on there, I got it. I got you." Then I'm going to flash some cash or the debit card and let him out. Like, y'all arguing, this guy got a gun, let him out. I'm going to pay for his stuff. You know, the guy said that his friend said, "Oh, he ain't gonna shoot nobody," and then the guy actually shot him. Like, I would not say that. Not in that time and place. It's 3:00 in the morning. Nothing good happens after 11:15 p.m. Unless you're traveling home, and still there's a risk there. So you're in the middle of it. You're in Detroit at the roll up spot. Where do you go pick up the roll up? And after hours stuff. This guy has a gun, say he's going to shoot everybody in here if he's not let out. Come on, man. Give him that money. The clerk should have let him out because eventually the clerk lets him out after he pops everybody. But before all that, somebody could have been like, "Yo, bro, I got your $4. Don't even worry about it." I would have lied. Even if I ain't had the money, I'd be like, "Yo, don't worry. Let him go. I got him." And then when I got up to the register, I'd be like, "Yo, now lock me in here." That's technically kidnapping.
Yeah. Well, I agree. I agree with you on that circumstances because I was just thinking not to. Again, I caught up with your podcast and last week, and I was saying the same thing. I know many times under circumstances as a good Samaritan, I've seen many people came up to the counter in short change and everything, and like you said, you just help out and you give, especially in a situation and circumstances like that. That's why I couldn't understand, because I agree with you 100%. If I was in that position that morning, I would have did the same thing. I would have said, "Yo, bro, I got you." What's $4?
Seriously.
But I just wanted to bring that up since y'all was talking about killing. And you know me, I'm a jokester. I just figured maybe he was a cop.
Oh, the guy that was shooting? No, but that kid that was beating the teacher up the week before.
I stopped. And the other guy that you just said got shot calling the police. I'll just say on this situation, like you said, you got to be careful if you're on the iPhone these days.
Listen, there's evil out in this world. That man got walked up and popped. We've seen it over and over on police body cams where they don't say anything, or you got 20 million of them yelling all different instructions, confusing people, giving them anxiety, and then they end up shooting them. There is no cure to this. As long as there is going to be a law enforcement agency, and when a group of people come together to do like one job, they're always going to become gang. They're always going to become family. That's just how it is. That's just human nature. I don't think it's going to go back to where we're going to see officer friendly, just patrolling the nice neighborhoods. I think over time, things are just probably going to get worse and worse until we as a collective society, just stop and change the way we treat each other. We're going to have a come to, for lack of a better word, Jesus moment, everybody. And unless there is some type of crazy emergency or disaster or devastation, I don't see that happening. With the normal day-to-day operations. So the best thing I could say to anybody out there is, if you pray, whatever you do to, bring positivity and love and light into your life, do that. Because, the devil's real, but so is God.
But I just say it's bad to today that it is 2023, and just because of the color of your skin, it automatically makes you a suspect, even if you're in the right, like the gentleman calling the cops. I got a perfect example. It had nothing to do with guns or anything, but I know I had a situation where there was a fire that had started in the field in the back of my house, and I called the 911 in the fire department, but I never forget that feeling. Like you said, you there's a feeling that that you can get, that people look at you as if you're suspect. So when I had the fire department arrive, and I'm standing over at the field because it was in the back of my house, and they also had to come to my property. But I never forget, one of the firemen came up, and the first thing he did was he looked at me like I was the one that started the fire.
Sorry, yeah.
So it's a real situation that we experience as Black people, that when you try to express or experience, the first thing they look at you, like you said, we use the race card, and the opposite today, every time we complain about the injustice against us, the first thing, the reverse is to today. That's what's happening with this so-called woke, is we're the one that's racist. So I guess that's a new thing we have to deal with today.
Yeah. I would love to talk about
That's all
Florida.
I wanted to share. But I enjoyed the podcast, and I keep listening.
Amen.
That was Flash, guys. Talk about the craziness. What can we do, chat? What can we do in situations like this? We talk about race, but we do see the guy in Mancho. He was a white guy. He was a jovial-looking white guy too. He didn't look like, he didn't look like a one of those like dirty white boy. I mean, he looked like he had like a little dog, a little fluffy dog, and he got shot by police officers. So, like, is what me and Vlogo, Richie Revolution saying, like, is it some sort of gang initiation going on? Are these people scared out of their mind? We already know the bravest of the brave don't always sign up to take that shield. What's going on?
I got Shogun seal.
Yo, on real, I love that. Because I didn't know you were still on the line.
If you're not Caucasian, then leave.
Oh my God. What happened to Vlogger? I put him on me. I was bringing him back. Because we're gonna talk about because I want to talk about these. Let's get there. Talk about these rights here, guys. So we got some people on the left, we got some people on the right. All right. So this is the story. Okay. Lately there has been I'll mute you real quick, Flash. Lately there has been there's been issues between LGBTIA, the elemental P boys, and the right wing, even the left wing for that matter. What we got going on here is basically we have transgender people crossing over into the mainstream. And with that, there may be some issues. Some crazy issues. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because there is a story. A guy of mine, I know this guy sent me some stuff, and we always go back and forth on things, and we have like little debates through Instagram Messenger, and he always just sends me like little stories and stuff to talk about, and where am I going here? So, what's been going on? Target is removing some Pride merchandise after anti-LGBTQ. I know there's more. There's a plus in there. There's an I. There's an A in there. All of the alphabet. We're getting all of that out there. But they're removing some Pride merchandise. Now, what I saw earlier, the information that he sent me, it was a man in Target looking at a bathing suit. The man basically showed a bathing suit where a transgendered woman who was born a man, like biological male, who is now a woman, can tuck himself into this bathing suit. It's like a female cut bathing suit. Got a little pocket so you can tuck yourself into it. You know what I mean? When I say tuck, you're just, I gotta show you. Where's the video? This one. I remember, like, so you can tuck yourself in like Buffalo Bill from that movie. I love that movie, Silence of the Lambs. So basically, that's what they were saying. Now, not only that, they were saying, and these are right-wing gentlemen, I would say, posting these TikTok videos, and they're saying that this merchandise was in the children's section. Target says they never ever made any type of LGBTQ Tucker shorts or any merchandise for children. They were all for adults. But in the video, you see t-shirts where it does look like they are for children, even though we know that there are adults that can wear child-sized clothing. So basically, Target is celebrating Pride Month around June. it's Pride Month, so they're running advertisements, but they're not the only ones running advertisements, because we just were talking about the Bud Light with Dylan Mulvaney. Bud Light with Dylan Mulvaney here is a transgender comedian and social media star who was given an honor by Bud Light by having her face placed on a Bud Light can. I'm still archaic and ancient, so when I'm saying he's and hers and I'm saying pronouns and stuff like that, I'm still stumbling in them, because when we talk about gangs, we also talk about the LGBTQ being a gang, and you can't misgender someone because it's going to end up in a Supreme Court case. But Bud Light has backed down. Kid Rock shot up a case of Bud Light. Right wing went and got on their TikToks and said, hell no, we're not having this Bud Light. And Bud Light ended up backing out. Now, they said that Bud Light fired their marketing department. Bud Light says they didn't, kind of like they were trying to take a victory. Adidas, too. Adidas as well as Nike are using trans models to get more inclusive. Right, this is a guy, a male, a born male, posing in a lady's bathing suit. I can't even do, you know what? Honestly, I can't gender because I don't know this buddy's pronouns. He could identify as male. This is Tiffany Abreu, who is transgender volleyball star and was one of the first transgender athletes to have an international endorsement deal. Tiffany Abreu right now just recently broke a woman's record in volleyball. The reason why I bring this up is because it seems like they say there's a lot of anti-trans protests, but it seems like these companies sponsoring transgender athletes and lifestyle, it's backfiring on them. Now, is it backfiring simply because the right wing is posting up TikToks and creating holy hell and sending emails and messages about it? Or could it also be, because I think that's a big part of it, could it also be because as they're about to celebrate Gay Heritage Month or whatever in June, we're also about to be celebrating Juneteenth. And we already seen how we get treated with Juneteenth ice cream from Walmart, and we get, oh my God, we get put on a pedestal for one day out of the year. Companies that normally don't give a flying F about the overall Black American population seem to kowtow to us during these holidays. We know it's not real. They know it's not real. But here we are. I want a Vloggo. I want to see Vloggo. Just want to hear me. They're just bathing suits using men wearing women's bathing suits. I don't know though. Ev, look at this. When Fergie said lady lumps, I don't think this is what Fergie meant. Bro, you can't see I don't know. I'm not even going to go there because I'm not even looking. But could this possibly be a man that identifies as a man? A biological man identified. Also, something that got me shaken up is like, listen, guys, you all know, I don't care what you do in your personal or sexual life. I mean, that's what you do. Be who you are, be proud of who you are, and I don't think someone should be beaten up, killed, fired from a job because they have different sexual appetite than my own, or what would be considered like a traditional sexual appetite. Like, just because they are on some different stuff than me does not mean that I should, besmirch them, if you will, or, violate their civil human rights. I agree with that. But, and here's an issue that I have. I know we got callers. I will definitely get to all of my callers. But the issue that I have here is that what I feel is that there is a round going around on Facebook basically saying if you're not 100% all in with the LGBTQIA plus community, if you're not all in, then we're not friends. And I would have to say that I am totally not all in on this. Now, people doing what they do, if you want to rock a bathing suit, do what you do. If I see a commercial with two dudes kissing, it's not going to make me throw up or whatever. I'm going to go about my day. I mean, if we're indoctrinated to it or we've been made used to this different type of lifestyle and it's been out there, people deserve to live their life the way they deserve to live their life. Even if they are in disagreement with the way you live your life, you should still be able to live your life and not be violated because you don't agree with someone's lifestyle. Now, I don't think that any babies or kids out there in school need to be having, drag dances at their school. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand why. I don't think they need to have anything sexual at these schools. Not really. They're school. They're going to school. And I think that this group of people wants grace. And I think a lot of people need grace back from them. So if I misgender you, please don't cut my head off. Don't. A lot of people are afraid out here. The same person that sends me stuff like this, talking about trans athletes, was one of the same people when Jussie Smollett's story came out, sent me the story. And when I said, yo, Jussie lying, he was like, you can't say that. And he was scared. He was scared. People aren't scared to just speak their mind. And the Alphabet Boys, man, they got everybody running scared to the point where I am talking like this, so like tense and not even freely about this. Because honestly, you don't want to offend anybody. You don't want to be a dickhead into anybody, but also you just want to common sense and just be like, yo, like honestly, I don't think that trans women that men that were biologically born men should be playing women's sports. I just don't think that should happen. So yeah, no, I don't think that Adidas should celebrate trans athletes beating women. I don't. I just don't think that is right. And I also don't think that I should be accosted or beat down if I misgender you. I don't think it should be a big deal. Everybody just have a little graciousness with each other. But honestly, I think that's an issue because listen, whether you want to believe this or not, or you agree with it or not, gay people aren't going anywhere. They're here to stay. Those people that came out that closet, they're not going back in that closet. They're not. So they're here. Make a little room, elbow space, and let them get down. Sometimes it kind of trickles me because like the movement gets kind of tied to the civil rights movement. I think there's a difference between, someone's 13-year-old son being black, wanting to compete against other 13-year-olds of, different colors and backgrounds. I don't see any issue with that. But I do have an issue with a 13-year-old boy competing against a 13-year-old. Maybe not when they're younger, but when that physicality kicks in, they start going through puberty. There's no way. Nobody wants to see their little girl get her wig split in MMA because some dude couldn't hack it in regular. That's how we'll say it. He couldn't hack it in regular, so he Juwana mans it. And a lot of people think that there's people out there Juwana manning it. And I don't have any issue with that because it seems to me that there are some transgender athletes that are taking advantage of their natural biological gifts. I mean, volleyball player Tiffany Abreu should be playing wearing that makeup and those well-sculpted eyelashes and that ponytail, should be playing with the men. If you agree with me, let me know. I took the chat down just for a second because I know we were going crazy. But yeah. Yeah. Yep. Hello. Talking shit, getting clicks. You're on with Mo 3 times. Thanks for calling in, caller. What do you want to talk about?
Hey, Mo 3 times. This main line is on the line, man. How you doing this evening?
What's going on, main line? Going to the streets.
Ain't nothing to it.
How you doing?
And I was just I was listening to the program, and the common thread that seems to run with tonight's show is confusion and fear. And with all the topics that you covered, thus far, they all seem to have the same element. With regard to the subject that you're speaking on now, and the topic about the Rainbow Coalition people, I'm being kind now. Don't hang up on me. With the Rainbow Coalition people, I had a conversation in the early '90s with this gentleman. Well, he was a gentleman at the time, and he was coming to have a sex change. And I would see him whenever he would come to the city because he would have to go to the medical center. And he shared with me something that just really blew my mind, because he said that he had to undergo 5 years of psychological treatment before they would even agree to change him from a man to a woman, And that kind of took me back. But why would you have to go and undergo psychological treatment in order to become something, that you are not by nature? So, it just, it just amazes me now. We living in the times where, where everybody wants to, be included instead of excluded. We live in confusion times where, right is wrong and wrong is right. And if you can't figure that out, then it really doesn't matter. Just do your thing and say it's okay. And it's really sad that we can't distinguish in our society what's right and what's wrong, and the truth from the lie. As you said, the eternal battle has been going on since February between the forces of God and the negative forces of the devil. But the one thing that I would just like to say is that it's really disgusts me with the alphabet people, as is that they chose the rainbow sign as their flag, and if for those who are familiar with the covenant made with Moses, and God was, according to the story, that God showed him the rainbow sign, and then you got a group of people who have taken the rainbow sign as their flag, and just totally and then totally live a lifestyle against what God represents, which is righteousness and truth and naturality. Excuse me, I got a little thing going on with my voice, so bear with me. But I just not to go on, and I'm not a hater, because I have that in my family. I have people who are confused about themselves, but that's something that they have to deal with. I just choose to to live a natural lifestyle, which is a man. I mean, I don't have after I accept being a man, I don't really have any other questions about who I am or what I am. I mean, it's really simple. But when these are the times that we are living in, and it's really sad. But the main point that I want to make while I was rambling on is that once you put it out there, then the cause and effect will take care of itself. So no matter what realm of society that we are dealing with or dealing in, the fact that it's out there, it's not going to backfire, because every time that you can have a show, or you see on the net a man and a woman doing what appears to be unnatural things, or you influence kids through literature and through education to do, it's already out there.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point of the fact, because when you go back to the early times in the movies, they've always had that type of lifestyle included in movies at some point or another. And, ever since they started cinema.
Yeah.
And then even when I was a kid, when Dr. Smith, we used to watch Dr. Smith so we could laugh. Because why? Because because he acted feminine. So what I'm saying is that the progression has taken on its own life, and they don't care whether you buy Bud Light beer or none of that. They just want it out there in your face, And to them, whether it be positive or negative, they're making progress, in their own ways, and it's something that's done intentionally. It's not something that's, the lady got fired for Bud Light, made a mistake. She was instructed to do that, and so we have to, you just have to be secure in yourself. You have to know who you are as a person, and then not allow negativity to influence your balance within yourself, and it's just the same thing with as when y'all were talking about the cops and like is it El Blago or El Blago with a B or a V?
V.
Okay, just like El Blago when he was talking about the police mentality and the gangs being associated with the police. I mean, it's true. Because police, and for the most part, are trained liars.
Many people know them as the jump out boys in their city.
And they're trained liars because they know the law better than the average layperson. So if you get in a confrontation with them or a situation with them, their training allows them to overpower you because they're trained liars. And the thing that always has mystified me about law enforcement and the different levels of law enforcement is, you always hear them say, well, we all bleed blue. Well, my question to myself was always, well, if everybody bleed blue, then why in the hell do you have to have an African-American police association? Why in the hell do you have to have a Chinese or Asian police association or Hispanic association? And you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we all bleed blue. So this, so that in itself is a oxymoron, if I may. And and we just have to understand that these are dangerous times that we're living in. People have little regard for life, and it's up to us as individuals to try to protect those that we love and try to protect ourselves. and try not to get into situations where it's going to cause you physical harm, because in the end, the powers that be, and they're going to make the decision about what's going to happen to you, And I'll share this quick story. I mean to go this long, but I'm a quick situation that really happened. Police officer killed the guy, right? He was wrong. The guy didn't have a weapon or anything. But by the time, I'm just shortening it, by the time the on-scene people came and everything, the other police officers that was around said, "Hey, man, get your story straight." And the story straight was that they threw a gun down and put with the fella that they had killed.
Yeah. We seen tasers
you
thrown,
understand what I'm saying?
drugs thrown, and Dave Chappelle's sprinkle a little crack on him. Yeah. I mean, this is nothing new. Just seems like now anybody can get it, and not only that, it's going to be reported that anybody can get it.
Yeah.
Although this happened close to me, and I didn't know about it until Vlago just told me just now. About this last shooting with the guy in Mantua Township.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's crazy, man. That's just the best adjective that I can use to describe the state of the mentality of our society. And so so you have to you just have to try to keep you have to try to keep yourself in balance. And while doing that, you have to keep your loved ones and your family in balance as well. And the one thing, and I'm not a religious zealot or anything like that. Most of the time, that's not my thing. But if God is in the fight with the devil, then I got to go with God, man. I'm sorry. You understand what I'm saying? Because if he is the creator of the heavens and the earth and everything else then this cat that's the devil. He created him. So who has the real power? You understand? And it's like like your show that you had last week about the artificial intelligence. Is the devil for real, or is he artificial intelligence created by God? And that's all. I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm through, man. I'm sorry. And thank you for the time.
I got a question though. What's my?
Yes, sir.
All right, so. One of the things that why I was presenting this is because it's been a backlash to a lot of what's going on, whether it's Target or Bud Light or Nike or Adidas. You said something about, having an issue with the symbol of the rainbow being used as the LGBTQ flag, their banner. What we have seen lately is that there has been a contingent of people who have protested. They have done it using social media, and they have all banded together and put so much bad publicity on these companies that they are going down in stock. So basically, you say America is a democracy. It kind of is, because we get to vote, and we get to vote with our dollars. So is it possible to reclaim the symbol for the symbol given to Noah, and the symbol and the promise that we wouldn't be killed by floods anymore? Is it possible that if people banded together, that they could reclaim the rainbow as a symbol of Christian faith?
Yeah. Well, let me say this. First of all, if the sign is already given by God, so it's nothing to reclaim. It's divinity stated. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not we're not trying to wrestle anything back away from anybody that God ordained. Okay, it's not even an issue. The thing is, let me say this. But the thing is that when it comes to the company and the companies and the money being made and being lost, they're gonna make their it's the industry, business industry is set up where you're gonna make your money going up and you're gonna make your money coming down.
Yeah.
So the people that are the little group of people that's protesting about them, they don't really matter because they may be only 3% of the purchasing power of the companies that they're attacking. So the other 97%, they're gonna keep rolling. But again, the fact that they can put it out here in the media, it makes it appear. You got to realize that we live in a world of illusion, and prestidigitation is the order of the day all the time. Okay, but it appears that because they're on TV, social media, or whatever access they have to the public, it appears that great things are happening or that they're doing great things. But what they're accomplishing is very minute, other than for their own selves satisfaction. Because one thing about our world, the dollar is always, or whatever the commodity is for exchange, it's going to be the bottom line. That's the only thing that matters. That's the only reason Mr. Big has his hand in every industry that there is. You and Blago alluded to it earlier about the wrestling. I heard my man Ric Flair say one time. He was the first person I heard coin this term with wrestling, when everybody was trying to say, "Oh, it's fake, it's fake." But he said, "This is sports entertainment." You know what I'm saying? Sports entertainment. That's what Ric Flair said. Yeah. So now, if he can announce that, I mean, as being sports entertainment, then it boils down to how much money we're going to make. So who's going to be the bad guy? Who's going to be the good guy? Okay, now it's your turn. So it's a constantly flux. It's just like life. We're in a constant.
Definitely.
Sir?
I said, as long as we're entertained.
Yeah, that's what it is. Just like with basketball. I mean, we all know that. Don't get me wrong. The athletes have a high skill level.
They do.
But we know that they're not. But it's because of their skill level is that they can make it believable that of the outcome of things.
I agree.
And I've been. A matter of fact, I haven't watched basketball, and I was a fanatic. Not to mention, I was pretty good at it one time. But I haven't watched it in 30 years because it finally came to my realization that these guys are, the only ones that's going to benefit from this is the cats in Las Vegas, man.
Yeah.
And now you look at today. What do you have today? Even golf. I was watching the golf tournament. They got where you can bet on each guy's shot now.
Yeah, you can bet on
through the
everything.
Internet. So I'm just saying that's not my thing because, like I said, I still use a stylus pen. Okay, that's the best I could do. I can't even do my thumb, but I'm just saying, for it to be to that degree, then you have to love it, whether it's music, movies, or what. It's for entertainment.
It's for entertainment.
But what happens is this, Mo. I'll say this and I'll let it go. But what happens is this, and I briefly made a comment about it before, is that we live vicariously through sports, entertainment, and whatever it is that we deem to be a part of our life. And the reality of it is that that has nothing to do with the real world. Blago mentioned about the Matrix, that we're living in the Matrix. Hey, man, I can't even get past the first movie of the Matrix. I don't know what the hell that is. So that's how far behind I am, and that's how far under the rock I am. Okay, so but again, the whole objective, again, to get back to the simple point, is to separate you from your dollar and separate your spirit from God. That's all it is. That's it. Bottom line. That's my 2 cents.
I like it. There he is. Y'all guys heard it. Man Lion,
Okay.
thanks for joining us.
Thank you for the time, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you for the time.
Always. Trying to separate you from your money. I'm trying to separate you from your honey. That's what he said. Chat. What's going on? Y'all, seriously. I didn't have to work today. I didn't have to work. I'm sitting here enjoying the show like you are. I'm just enjoying this like you guys are. Oh man, tough subject to talk about in these days and times, but we gotta communicate about it, because next thing you know, things go over our head and then things get out of control, and it's insane. But yeah, you know, I don't even want to talk about this lady here. I want to talk about what we're going to. 37-year-old Jamie Bradley Broom is charged with murdering her own daughter and trying to kill her other child. Drowning a 6-year-old, 8-year-old sister tried to get the mother to stop. Couldn't, ran, and got help. Ran to get help and got grabbed up. 16-year-old wakes up, wrestles the 8-year-old away from mom. They run to make it to a neighbor's house, called police. Mom's in jail right now, 37 years old, South Carolina. Makes me think about the lady that, tried to drown her children in the lake. Susan Smith. Y'all guys remember Susan Smith? Two sons. Union, South Carolina. Blamed it on a black dude. Women in the chat, please tell me. Like, why? Right? Evil? Why? So I think Susan Smith was like, she had a boyfriend, 2 kids. Boyfriend wasn't big on kids. Broosh. And really, I wasn't gonna do it because it's a bummer. It is a bummer to show this, and I really didn't want to. But yeah, that's her. Does look evil, right? Like, yeah, something's got her. Something got in her spirit. Does she look intoxicated? Doesn't look drugged out. Yeah, she doesn't look. Never know. She does look drugged out. She does look crazy. She look there. Ramid says it. Not crazy. Evil. 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 Right? Baby kid. So there's going to be details emerging. I got that up here because when I was reading it, and the way that the sheriff's department and the police department were holding the information, there is going to be a whole slew of information coming about. But Diane Downs, 1983. You guys remember Diane Downs? Why do I do this? Why do I do this? (1983) that a bushy-haired stranger shot our kids, but as the time went on, they found it was her. We got Susan Smith. Yeah, she went up for appeal in 2010 and it was rejected. She's eligible for parole in November, though. Yep, November of 2024. Susan Smith drowned her 2 young sons, buckling them into their car seats, pushing the car into a South Carolina lake. She told the police that a black man had hijacked her car and abducted the children. And when we said in 1994, yo, she lying. She's lying. She said she's lying because we don't do stuff like that. And we've seen YouTube videos since of black dudes like carjacking someone's car, realizing there's a baby and stopping, putting the baby out, then going. You know, they didn't bring him back. They got that baby out of the car. Maybe because it's a kidnapping charge. Smart or something like that. You guys remember Andrea Yates? Huh? I'm gonna have to bring up Andrea Yates. Guys, Andrea Yates. Look at that. Over 20 years ago. Found 5 of her children in a bathtub. Yo, she got life imprisonment, but she has the possibility of parole. The possibility of parole. And they say her motive was postpartum psychosis, schizophrenia. Anybody in the chat know anybody who's ever gone through postpartum depression? Like, people talk about it all the time. Some women should have to go through 5 years of psychological therapy, kind of like transgender, before having kids, you think? Possibly.
Hey, bitch, come here.
I am not meaning to hit that button. Craziness. We're not going to end it like that, though. I really wanted to stop at 9, but we're here. I'm going to take you in there. Man, she had 3 kids, a 16-year-old, a 6-year-old, and an 8-year-old. Drowned the 6-year-old. Was trying to drown an 8-year-old. 16-year-old got it. Like, what was she going to do with the 16-year-old? They didn't say they found any real weapons in the apartment or anything. But yeah. Oh. That's right, guys. Call-in line is 313-825-5557. We got into it. Usually I threw it out there a couple times during the show. Which reminds me, I should throw this out there. Yeah. We on YouTube. Click a like. Hit the alerts. Share that thing. Share it. Share it. So everybody in chat, I gotta let you know, it's almost been an entire month. I stopped smoking the Newports. Me no. The new piece. The Newports. I stopped smoking them. It's almost been a month. I get a craving every now and then, but I've been holding steady. I have been holding steady. I haven't snuck one or anything. Usually that's how it sneaks. You start sneaking one, next thing you know, you got the whole pack. So I smell wonderful, 110% wonderfuler. I'm not coughing in the middle of the night. I don't have to really kill the waters at the nightstand, even though I got a little dry throat last night. But it had nothing to do with the cigarette. And that's what I've been doing. But I've been thinking of the craziest stories during my time of not smoking. I know, man. Rest in peace. My dad loved herself some noops. Hundreds. Cadillacs. I might have borrowed one from her once. Yo, but so honestly, I'll be thinking about like, so, and I remember being in DC, and they just got rid of the McDonald's in front of. I was in Chinatown, so in Chinatown there's the arena for the Washington, the Capitals play there, as well as the Bullets. I call them the Bullets. So they were Wizards, and then right next to that is like a little place you can eat. There's a Chipotle, I believe, on a corner, and then there's a McDonald's. So I would take the train, come up out of Chinatown and, see if I was going to get something to eat. So one time I'm walking to McDonald's, I'm smoking me a Newport, you know what I mean? Minding my business on my lunch break. I see a pregnant woman. I'm talking about she pregnant. Like not she's just showing or anything. No, she's like looks like she is dropping child any second. Any second. And you know what she did? She asked me, she tried to bum a Newport from me. She did. She tried to bum a Newport from me. This lady, big as a house, tries to bum a Newport from me, and I say no. And as I'm saying no, I'm exhaling smoke, so I'm blowing it right in her face. No. I can tell you've been smoking, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna judge, I can tell. And I would give you one. But like, you got me out here in Chinatown looking crazy. Looking crazy. Nah, I'm just playing. I didn't give her one. I just looked at her crazy and was like, nah. Gotta protect the babies. Oh, I was thinking of one today. What happened? I can't think. I can't think right now. But I should be able to. All right. All right, so hopefully next week. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. So, yeah, not only with the smoking now, guys, I am thinking about the diet. So, Vlago he's anti-pork, you know what I mean? He's anti-pork, and I love the bacon. I love the swine. I love the fried pork chops. The chuleta is life to me. Please, if you understand me in the chat, you understand my pork addiction. Come in. Like those little dumplings, like the pork dumplings that they make in Chinatown. Oh, fried or boiled, steamed or fried. I don't care. They're delicious with the sauce. I love ribs, not big old beef ribs. I like the pork joints. I love pork chops, guys. I was telling somebody that I bit into a Burger King double Whopper because it's my favorite. Double Whopper, extra cheese, everything on. And I chewed it and I tasted death. Like I tasted, but I had a double Whopper today and I ate half of it. I gave the other half to Django. But like, I'm really trying to get out of this meat thing. You know, I'm trying to figure this out. I'm trying to get strong and I'm trying to live long. Long live the king, King Dingaling. Long live the king, King Dingaling. Right? So next week, I'm going to try my very darndest. And if I don't try, I'm probably going to do it certainly. I'm going to have some experts on here. If you're like me, it's almost my birthday. You know what I mean? My summer body's not here and summer's upon us. So at least I can get my pumpkin patch body going. You know what I mean? Little pumpkin patch body. At least, you know, if I start now, I might be all right for 4th of July. Kato, you're a vegetarian. You don't miss a steak. You don't miss a pork chop. Queso frito with the salami. Just queso frito, huh? No salami. And I love bacon. Stop. She's trying to... Oh, I don't know why I'm cheering.
What you cheering?
I got other. Hold on, is this it? That's not it. You guys already heard this. I shouldn't have did that. I gotta edit that. It's so long. Oh man, you gotta see the whole clip. I'm probably in trouble for playing that. I'm not sure. Doesn't know that. I did this.
He been too perfect for too long. He supposed to at least went to jail one time.
Yeah, that's a new one. I thought I changed that one out. Got that. Ooh. Didn't change any of those. Hold on.
And look what she did.
There it is.
Look what she did. And look what she did. Look what she did.
I made a mistake today and thank a boy for holding the door for me, saying, "Thank you, young lady. He was cute with ponytails. I didn't know." Flash, let me tell you something.
The American dream is dead.
No, something else.
Ever since I was a lowercase G, but now I'm the big G.
Pops, let me tell you something. That's crazy. You didn't know. It was, thank you, young lady. I could see you saying that. Yickety, young lady. Oh, and he was like, "I'm a boy. Damon, I'm a boy." That's crazy. Like, honestly, my most thing is that I have a problem with transgender people crossing over in sports. Whatever you were born biologically as, boom, there you go. There you go. That's what you're going to play. You're not going to the WNBA because your mom named you Jamal as a baby, and you were born with cock and balls, which means you have power of a man. Come on. If women want to come to the NBA, like if Cheryl Miller was that lady right there, and I would think she'd be like the closest that had the skills to do it. I mean, Shump says that they can. I'm talking about Amon Shumpert. Says it's possible, but boys and girls have to play together, like through college and everything. So, I mean, if you want to do that, have boys and girls just playing together, and we're never ever they're always going to be on the same league, then I think that would probably help out the fairer sex, in a couple decades. But to have, I would be so insulted if I was like, I spent working on my craft to play volleyball or swim or play basketball or anything as a lady, and all my competition out there have been the girls. Meanwhile, this guy has grown up. All his competition has been boys. That's not fair enough. Born masculine, everything, but in his head, female. His body, where sports matter, whatever. So we have to ask ourselves, really, is sports 90% mental, 10% physical? Or do we have to keep it real and say, hey, it's a whole lot more percentage points to the physical? Because I'm of, hey, maybe we should give more percentage points to the physical. Like, seriously. She was in the NBA. Lucia Harris. You know what? I think I may have heard of a Lucia. Or maybe not. But I mean, that's why you're here. And you're absolutely was an American professional basketball player. Is considered to be one of the pioneers. Her name was Luisa Harris, and while she never appeared in an official NBA game, she was a force to be reckoned with on the court. Was born in rural Mississippi and spent a lot of time picking cotton as a child. Yo, they don't make women like that anymore. That tough enough to look at her fro. Hold on, guys. Let me share this. Ramid, you're the guy. You didn't know. You never played. Never got in a game. The baby soft fro, though. I wish I had. Hold on, though. The first ever female basketball. And she was drafted in the NBA by the New Orleans Jazz. Wow. They say she never played. Wow. 5-on-5 rules. I'm just skimming through this. I'm gonna throw this article in the chat real quick, guys. I'm gonna check it out. Peace out, Flash. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Ain't nothing.
Yeah. So that's what we did. There's Lucia. Hey guys, don't forget, Thursdays we do this live, 7:30 p.m., 313-825-5557. We are really coming out of, I was talking to Ev Love, and I was telling her we're about to go into phase 2. Because really, I haven't been promoting the show. I appreciate all of you guys for showing up week in, week out, because I've been trying to get it together. You know, we've been having little technical difficulties, but you guys are awesome. It's like these wee episodes can't work without the guys right there in the chat and calling in. Like, you make it, like, really, not even work. It's just like I'm just throwing screens up and talking. You guys make it so cool. But soon we are going to be definitely rolling to phase 2. But next week, really, I want to talk about, right? And I have a couple experts that I got in mind for this show. So I'm going to call them up and see if they want to come on live. If they don't, then guys, I'm going to get them somehow. And we're going to get this information to you, like, really, really specific with their diets and how we can eat healthier, live longer, more satisfying. Because seriously, when you get an old man like me, there's little things like, I like to go to sleep without my nose clogged up. I like to have a good hearty poop, if I will. I don't mean to be nasty, but yeah, nothing is better than a great clean dump, you know?
Do you miss me?
I'm a risk taker. A calculated risk taker.
You already know, and this is how we going now. So that's right, guys. Our call is 313-825-5557. But if you call now, it's not going down. It's definitely not going down because we're about to get up out of here. Chat, thanks for coming out. Love you guys. Next week, we're going to be back at it. Same time, same channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Girl, come on. We're going to enjoy these shows. Oh, what we doing? What's review? Killer Mom. Talked about the rights. Oh, we talked about the explosive materials. Where is that 60,000 pounds of ammonium nitrate? Talked about Bronny getting swept by Jokic. We talked about more little crime things, but that's what we expect. When we live, we do whatever we want to do. All right?